That Knicks Celtics game was our bright spot of yesterday. Knicks came through, won by 9. They were winning by 30 at the end of the or during the third quarter. So Celtics definitely came back. Starting five, went to the bench, and the second unit from the Celtics put in all that effort to get it within 9. So Knicks left two starters on the floor just to make sure. But yeah, they still pulled it out. So Celtics are playing like we expected them to play. They were playing a little, they call it matador defense, so they just, not put in the effort to stop people from driving to the basket, stuff we don't expect to see in the playoffs. But for these next couple games, we can catch them. So got that one. We missed both the totals. We hadn't flipped. The Golden State game went under. We had over. And the Pelicans-Kings game went way over. We had under. So I did see that live. So I did swap it with a small parlay. So I made the money back. But 1 and 2 we went for yesterday. So somebody asked about my record in the comments. So I posted it for him, but I'll post it on the screen for you guys. It's 50, 48, and 1 in the last 30 days, and 198, 167, and 7 over the season. So still 54% over the season. If you're betting straight bets, minus 110 over the course of the season, it is profitable, without doing parlays, without doing minus 130s, minus 50s, minus 200 money lines and stuff like that. So that is what we've tracked and what we've been doing, everything that we said on the video. Over the course of next season, we're expecting to increase those numbers and operate with a more standard bankroll. So 1 and 2 we went for yesterday, but we have pretty much everybody in play today, 15 games, and let's go ahead and talk about them. What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is April 12th, Friday, and we have everybody playing. 15 total games, 2 on NBA TV, one that should be on TV somewhere, but we're going to go ahead and talk about them, at least the ones that matter or I have thoughts in. So Magic versus Sixers, we got the 5 seed versus the 7 seed. Embiid and Maxey are on the injury report, so I'd like to know what's up with them before we make a bet on this game. If they are going to be out, I would be on the Magic at this plus 7.5, but Franz Wagner is also out, so he's missed the last couple games. I would like him in also, so I might just stay off this game. If everybody's out, I like the under, but there's too many variables in this first game. Bulls and Wizards. I don't know why the Wizards are favored by 2 in this game. They did beat the Bulls earlier in March 25th, I believe, by 2. Now they're favored by 2. That game was in Chicago. Now we're in Washington. They have been playing competitive basketball in these last 4 games. Corey Kispert and Jordan Poole specifically playing over their normal point totals and things of that nature. But I don't know why they would still be favored after. I mean, the Bulls are coming off a win against the Pistons, but I guess they're not trusting them past that. So Bulls in their last 10, they have wins against the Pistons, the Knicks, the Timberwolves, the Pacers, and losses to everybody else. The Celtics, Wizards, Nets, Hawks, Magic, and Knicks again. So they're 4-6 in their last 10 games. Washington is 5-4 against the spread in their last 10 games, but they're 3-7 straight up. So betting on them here is asking them to win the game when it doesn't matter. So I would either stay off this game or take the Bulls at +2. So that's going to be my pick for that one. Nets and Knicks. Knicks are 11-point favorites at home. This is their first game back home in a little bit. They've played 4 games on the road, played Sacramento, then they were on the road in Miami, played the Thunder at home, and then they were on the road 2 games in San Antonio and Toronto, and then they were at home in Detroit. So they haven't been at home for more than 1 game since before March 25th. The Nets are rested. They've been at home for the past 4 games, coming off a win versus Toronto on the 10th. And they have Philly coming up next to end out their season on Sunday. Yeah, I'd be on the Nets +11. Knicks are on a back-to-back. That's the only thing that worries me. Nets don't have much travel going from, wherever they live in New York to the Madison Square Garden. So I would lean on the Nets. I don't know if I'll actually bet this game, though. There's a lot going on tonight. Pacers, Cavs. When everybody's fully healthy, that's when this Cavs team has been on their run. So now that they have everybody back, that they're going to need back for the playoffs, anything can happen in this game. So I think I'd rather wait and see the outcome than make a bet on this game right now. So passing on the Pacers and Cavs, Hornets and Celtics. We are staying away from the Celtics until the playoffs. That was a good win yesterday, but no telling what their mindset's going to be tonight, especially against this Hornets team. Lakers, Grizzlies. No way I can lay 15 points with the Lakers. No matter who they're playing, they should blow the Grizzlies out. They need to have a convincing feel-good win going into these play-in games. But then again, they also need to be healthy to make sure that they can win any of these playoff games. LeBron is questionable. Anthony Davis is probable. There's even more people on the injury report for Memphis now. They're up to 13 people, and everybody's out. They're only allowed 12 to 15 people on the roster. They got 13 on the injury report. So, starters last game were Stevens, Gigi Jackson, Jemison, LaRavia, Pippen. That should be the guys going tonight. None of them on the report. So, looks like Anthony Davis did not play in the previous game. He has a corneal abrasion to his left eye, but he's probable tonight. I still don't trust him at 15.5 points. So we are going to stay off this game as well. Lakers should win, but even that money line's not attractive. So Raptors, Heat. Can't lay 14.5 points with the Heat either. So we're going to stay off that game. Anything maybe look to the under. But that's all I would consider for this game. Bucks and the Thunder. Bucks have everybody on the injury report, which is why this is all the way at 15. So Giannis will be out till late April. Middleton is questionable. Even Thanasis is on the injury report, but he's probable. Green is out. Lillard is doubtful. So no Lillard in this one. No Giannis in this one. Maybe Middleton. Oklahoma is completely healthy. So I would definitely lean OKC in this game. 15 points is a lot to try to get there with, though. Next game up is the Nuggets and the Spurs. I would lean to the Spurs at this plus 12 number. Nuggets have 2 road games left. They are competing with the Timberwolves and the Thunder for the number 1 spot in the Western Conference. And I think they have the best chance to keep it. The Timberwolves play the Hawks tonight. And I think that the biggest value on that game, which is actually the next game we're going to talk about, is the Hawks on the money line. So I'd definitely be on the plus 14. But Trae Young is back, and this Timberwolves team has been known to let teams get big leads and then struggle to come back. A lot of times they make it all the way back, but this might be an opportunity for the Hawks to get one over on them going into the playoffs fully healthy. And probably not fully healthy. We'll get there in a second. But the Nuggets have 2 road games coming up, this one and the next one. So I just think they're going to try to coast, get to the playoffs healthy, make sure they get home safe, and start their rest while these guys are in the play-in. So I would lean to the Spurs plus the 13 points in that game, expecting the Nuggets to still win. Next game is the Hawks and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are 14-point favorites on the Hawks. Let's go ahead and look at the injury report. We have Matthews out, Lundy out, Okongwu back in mid-May, Johnson back in early May, DeJounte Murray questionable, and Sadiq Bey out for the season. So unsure if Murray is going to go in this one or not. We do have definitely Trae back. He scored 14 points in the last game. Bogdanovich, Capella. I would lean on them to cover this big 14-point spread. And like I said, this is a game where that plus 700 money line is in play. Come down to the end of the season, you don't know how important some of these games are to these guys, and that's a big number. So plus 14, sprinkle on the money line. Mavs, Pistons, lead Mavs or pass. Pelicans, Warriors. I like the over in this game. Warriors are just coming off a bad shooting night against Portland. Warriors and Portland played last night. Warriors are coming off a bad shooting night. Steph went like 5 for 22, 7 for 22 from the 3-point line. The previous game he was 6 for 6. So couldn't miss one day. Missed a ton of shots the next day, and he still ended up winning. The starting 5 for Portland played well. Just couldn't match up with Golden State for the whole game. So Portland covered, didn't win. Golden State now playing the Pelicans, who are coming off a dominant win on the Kings last night. So this is a big game. Pelicans are in the 6th seed, Warriors in the 9. I like the over 221 in this game, expecting Warriors to shoot better, play up to the competition. And I do expect the Pelicans to be able to score on the Warriors. So over 221 for that game. Last game we're going to talk about is the Suns and the Kings. Suns are in the 7th seed. Kings are in the 8. Kings played the Pelicans last night, lost handedly. Now they're 5.5-point home underdogs to the Suns in the spot right above them. So I do expect a defensive game. Again, I know I expected one last night, but the Pelicans couldn't miss from three. So Kings had to do something. I think CJ McCollum had 9 3-pointers in that game yesterday. But I expect the Kings to try to limit the Suns from that. There's an obvious 3 pieces to stop on this Suns team. Whereas, it's a little more convoluted on this Pelicans team, I guess. But I would expect the Kings to play a little better. I would lean towards the under in this game. I don't know who's going to win. I would almost expect the Suns to beat the Kings, seeing how they played yesterday. But the Kings have been a team I haven't been able to get a real good feel for this season. So lean towards the under. Don't know if it'll make my final bets. So those are going to be the picks. My favorites would be the over in the Pelicans and Warriors game. The Hawks plus 14. And those are probably my top 2 favorites. I do like the Nets plus 11, Spurs plus 13 also. But the two top picks are Hawks plus 14 and the over in the Pelicans Warriors game. So lock those in. Let's get this money. And we will see you back tomorrow for no NBA. We'll figure out something to talk about.
Guess what? It grows the economy. Benefits everybody. Hurts nobody.